little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754 to schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
CA House Music has all the gear to make your music legendary. With all the best gear, including Fender, Epiphone, Yamaha, and more, CA House will have you rocking in no time. Get the most for your money with everyday low prices. And we meet or beat internet pricing. Play before you buy and let our product specialists help you pick out the instrument that's right for you. CA House Music, supporting local musicians since 1872. Play music for life.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy all types of real estate completely as is. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Thank you for riding with the Watchdog. Live and local, just the way you like it.
Hello, everyone, from the Watchdog. I am the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your Wednesday. Mostly cloudy skies with showers developing late, a high near 47. The overnight low of 40 degrees under mostly cloudy skies with periods of rain. Periods of rain on and off for your Thursday as well, with temperatures in the low 40s for daytime highs. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Good morning, old friends.
Hey, what are you doing here? About to go on the air.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is?
Wake up, fairy princesses, wake up!
Guess what day it is?
Get up before I get you up!
Guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Hump day.
Woo-hoo! This is Wednesday. She calls it over the hump day.
Wednesday.
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 We ain't one at a time in here. They broadcast me out on the radio. We're mass communicating.
Let Wednesday begin.
Hit it!
On FM, on AM, online, on demand, and on video. We are where you are. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe is here now.
If you're the kind of person that is interested in numbers, that numbers kind of catch your attention, take note of the fact that today is 020222. When we drop the O's, it's 2222. Just nothing but twos. If only it was Tuesday, then it'd be Tuesday, 22222. But it's Wednesday. Doesn't work quite as well. I just thought, Biff, sometimes these things hit me in the head, you know. I was writing it down here a minute ago. Oh, look at this, it's 0222.
Yes, it is.
Guess it's not that big a deal. Okay, let's move on. 40 degrees, it's at Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. 31 here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. 35 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling. In the heart of the Ohio Valley, another good day today. 47, the predicted high. I don't know what it got up to yesterday, and I ask Aaron when he comes by a little bit, but I was seeing 50-degree temperatures on some of the outside thermometers that you drive past yesterday. It was a really warm day yesterday. We're looking at 47 for the predicted high today. Now, we still have this winter storm watch. We got to figure it out. I know that everybody is saying it could be big, it could be small, could be snow, could be ice. Winter storm watch will kick into effect tomorrow and stay with us through Friday. We're looking for Nice warm day today, then freezing rain and sleet could start to mix in the morning tomorrow. We could see it start to turn into a snowy mix by tomorrow night, and that'll all carry over into Friday morning. That's what Aaron says we're probably looking for. Predictions, I haven't seen any snow predictions for us. Ice, they're saying about a quarter of an inch of ice. So it looks like ice, as you and I talked about, that the ice is going to be the big deal. So people do need to be aware of that. Winter storm watch does kick into effect tomorrow. And we'll talk about all of this with Mr. Myler coming up a little bit later on this morning here on the Watchdog Morning Show. I don't know why it upsets me so much, because I think it's a very good point. But once again, City of Wheeling is reminding everybody, if you live in certain areas, primarily downtown areas or other business areas, it is your responsibility to clear the snow. And it is, and you should, and I get it. The mayor said yesterday during the council meeting, remember that when removing snow, you should keep accessibility in mind, that you need to make sure that people can get around your place. And I get it. It's all right. I don't know, Biff, somehow, the city doesn't seem to be the best person to be lecturing everybody else about keeping the streets clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially if we're going to have to dig out and do it 2 or 3 times because of where they put the snow.
Right, exactly. I mean, it just seems a little, to me at least, I don't know. I just wish they'd be, I don't know. It just seems strange for the city. And I know that the roads have the condition of the streets have nothing to do with the snow, but we drive around every day on bombed out Beirut streets through downtown Wheeling. Yes, Mr. Mayor, please don't text me. I know that Route 2 is a state responsibility, but it just seems to me, they've been lecturing a lot this week or this year. Remember to remove the snow. And the mayor did it again yesterday. He's right. It just, I don't know, something about it just doesn't make me feel right. I think part of that's the mayor's decide to see, he's the big walkable city kind of guy, and so he gets out and walks around after the snow and wants to make sure everybody can too. I get it. Me, I'm a sit in my house kind of guy, Biffy, when the snow comes. Or the ice. I'm not going to be out walking around, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think too many people are going to be walking around at all in the ice.
Right. So, anyways, just a quick note there that kind of struck me as it just, I don't even know what word to use. It just doesn't feel right for the city of Wheeling to be lecturing everybody on and keeping their roads clean. What's that line about the log in your own eye? Sometimes take the log out of your own eye before criticizing other people. Biff, did I see in driving through Wheeling yesterday, it looks like they're getting ready to work on the suspension bridge?
That I don't know.
I thought I saw some of the barriers that on the bridge, not the concrete barriers keeping you from the bridge, but I thought I saw them starting to put up some of the barriers on the bridge so that people could work on it, while the pedestrians walk, that sort of thing. I'm not sure. But I think we're getting closer now to work on the suspension bridge. I have not seen a timeline for that, but it sure would be nice if they get that going. It's like an $18 million renovation project, and I just don't know what the time frame on that is. I wish I did. I can't remember. I wasn't prepared to talk about it this morning, other than when I saw some work. It looked like prep work was being done on the bridge. How long has that bridge been closed? If you would know better than I would, probably.
Oh, at least going on 3 years.
Yeah. So, it'd be nice to get it up and going. No guarantee, they've said when the renovation work is done, I'm going to put $18 million into it, and still no guarantee when that work is done on the suspension bridge that it's going to be a bridge you can use with cars or trucks. Well, actually, it's almost certainly not going to be one you can use with trucks, but will light passenger cars be able to go over it? They've not said that for sure. but at least it'll be open. It's already open for pedestrians, I guess, but it will be at least fixed and renovated. So anyways, it looked to me like the beginning of that project. Thought I would take time to mention that. All right, 7:18, 18 after the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. What are we doing today? We're going to get back into a couple of stories we've talked about before. Senator Manchin, Biff, it's like he has literally said this before. Are you listening to me? Have you heard me? Manchin has said that literally in those words before, repeated it again this week. Somebody asked him, do you think you'll be able to support the Build Back Better bill? Of course, he's already said he's not supporting Build Back Better. And we've talked over the last couple of days. There are some Democrats who think they're going to get him on board, think they're going to, some of them have said, we'll just give Manchin the pen and he can write the bill. We'll do whatever he wants us to do. Others think they can get Manchin to agree to the version of Build Back Better they like to have. Manchin said yesterday or the day before, as clearly as he could, somebody said, are you going to support Build Back Better? He said, what Build Back Better? Build Back Better is dead. I mean, that's the Manchin's own word. It's dead. It's dead, Jim, dead, Jim, dead, Jim, dead. You can't be any more clear than that. The Build Back Better bill is dead. We'll talk a bit more about what Manchin had to say on that in a minute. And there's another poll that has come out of West Virginia residents, and we talked about a couple of them yesterday with Tom Scudieri, our national correspondent. New poll is out, done by my friend Tom Sussman at WMOV Radio down in Ravenswood. A statewide poll on a number of different issues, but one of them is Build Back Better. And the WMOV poll shows what several other polls have showed, what I've been saying as well. Whatever Bernie Sanders believes, he needs to understand West Virginians do not support Build Back Better. The WMOV poll shows a majority of West Virginians are with Manchin in saying no to Build Back Better. They just don't support it. Tom Sussman coming in later on, he'll review some of the numbers in this new poll that he just released yesterday, and so we'll talk about that coming up a bit later on this morning. And I think, as James Carville said a couple of days ago, we talked about that, the old raging Cajun from the Clinton administration, Carville said the Democrats start being realistic. He said in West Virginia, in the Democratic Party in general, he said 11% of the party is progressive, but that 11% makes up 70% of the noise. They're the ones on Twitter. They're the ones, raising a ruckus in the streets and so on. But in point of fact, in West Virginia, Manchin gets where his people are, or his people get where Manchin is. I don't know which it is, but they don't support Build Back Better. Tom Sussman coming up by a little bit later on to talk about that, and also eyeing up the upcoming Mooney-McKinley race, among other things. There are some numbers out on fundraising in the Mooney-McKinley race. We'll talk about that. Our old buddy, the puppet master, Sean Fluharty, toyed with the idea of running for the state Senate this election, but he chose to run for re-election to the House instead. Sean's going to join us today to talk about that decision, as well as his thoughts on the current legislative session. As I mentioned, snow and ice coming this weekend, but how much of each and exactly when? What's the winter storm watch going to bring us? Aaron Myler coming in with the latest on that. But will there be 6 more weeks of winter after that? We'll see what the groundhog has to say coming up in just a bit. And the legislative watchdogs are coming in as well. 7:22, 22 after the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. 40 at the airport, 31. Lost my notes here. 31, I think it is, here at my home studios. Yeah, 31 here at the home studios. 35 at the Robinson Auto Group studios. So, Biff, tail end of the show yesterday, we heard, it looks like now it's official, I think. Tom Brady's retiring, I think. We'll talk about that coming up next on the Watchdog Morning Show.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the...
Biff, do I sound okay? Microphone-wise? Okay. You're very low today, and I'm not sure why. The return feed is low. But it's okay. I can live with it as long as it's okay on the air. Maybe some... It could be. Could be. I mean, I can hear you just fine. It's just you're much lower than I'm used to. When we come back, you can come back with, what did I say? What did I tell you there? Cut. Yeah, come back with cut 6, and then I'll do some Brady talk, and we'll play cut 1, which is Brady himself, and then I'll close it out with cut 7, which is another comedy cut. Make sense? Got it. Thank you. Do we have Bill today or not? Okay.
Your football buddy. Or you, your best man. Your worst man. You, your dog walker. Your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Are you or your loved ones facing a serious legal battle? The Courtroom, with a successful track record in civil litigation, criminal defense, including tax issues and healthcare fraud, Harris Law Office will fight for their clients by offering the most aggressive representation in and out of court. Call Paul Harris at Harris Law Office for a free consultation. 304-232-5300.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts. Dominating both AM and FM, the Watchdog is AM 1600 and 1370, FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog.
Broadcasting from the Ohio Valley, talking about the Ohio Valley. We're live and local. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Brady, well, I guess it's official. You're retiring as the greatest quarterback of all time. Don't feel like your balls are deflated. I bet you'll come back one more time. You're Tom Brady.
Well, we heard the very last thing we heard on our show yesterday, talking to Bob Westfall from the Big Seven, and I didn't know it before he said it. Very last thing Bob said, oh, and I guess Tom Brady has made it official. He is retiring, because we had this whole weekend's worth of ESPN announcing that Brady was retiring and then saying, oh, no, that was a mistake. He's not retiring. And his dad got into the act, and there was talk about, well, I have to go through a process. I think Brady himself said that. But by yesterday, Brady apparently ended the suspicions, ended the speculation, ended all the curiosity, and he officially said, no mas.
Tom Brady is retired.
They say all good things must come to an end.
Tom Brady officially announcing his retirement.
The best.
Tom Brady
Just know when to walk away.
announced his retirement.
So to my teammates, my family,
Greatest of all time.
and most of all,
The GOAT!
my fans.
It is official. He announced it on his Instagram.
My teammates, coaches, fellow competitors, and fans deserve 100% of me. 7 Super Bowl titles, 5 Super Bowl MVPs, 3 overall MVPs. But right now, it's best I leave the field of play to the next generation of dedicated and committed athletes.
The end of an era. Your reaction to Tom Brady being gone?
The first emotion that comes to my mind is thank you.
He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl. Brady has his 5th. What a comeback.
Bucks win the Super Bowl 55. Tom Brady engineers the offense.
There's other things happening in my life, too. I do have kids that I love, and I don't want to be a dad that's not there. You know, my kids have brought a great perspective in my life.
Hey, girly girl. Here's my boy.
Dad! Tom Brady, you are the man. You are the GOAT.
Biffy, is he the GOAT? Greatest of all time?
Certainly got to put him in the conversation.
I mean, he's got to be in the conversation with very few other people. He's got to be in the conversation in the top, what, 3 maybe? I'm not sure who else I put there, but he's got to be there. Who was it yesterday said to us, and I think it was Tom Scudieri, though, who said that it kind of overshadows Roethlisberger's retirement, kind of takes a little bit of the spotlight off of Big Ben and puts it now on Tom Brady. But I guess Brady's decided. I think it's 22 years he's been in the NFL. 22 years is just about enough.
Yeah.
7 Super Bowl championships.
Yeah, 20 of those years with the Patriots and 2 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And Super Bowls with both of them. Most of them, of course, obviously, because the numbers with the with the Patriots, but also a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. So Tom Brady has said that's it. He's done, made it official. He put out his own Instagram post yesterday. Remember when they used to have press conferences, Biff? You used to actually have press conferences. Now we have Instagram posts. He put out his own Instagram post announcing that he was retiring. So it's bye-bye, Brady.
Patriots said they would not sign him. Tampa Bay Bucks said that they sure could use him. What happened next was just one of those things. Tom Brady's got 7 Super Bowl rings. His quarterback skills are often debated. Unlike football's records can't be deflated. You can say all your ridiculous things. Tom Brady's got 7 Super Bowl rings. He's got 'em, you want 'em. He throws 'em, they catch 'em. He plays 'em, they win 'em. He's got 'em, you want 'em. Tom Brady's got 7 Super Bowl rings. He's got 'em, you want 'em. He throws 'em, they catch 'em. He plays 'em, they win 'em. He's got 'em.
It's 7:31, 29 till the hour. I'm guessing Bill DeFabio will probably talk a bit more about Brady's retirement coming up. Bill may also talk, I don't know, Biff, about the Washington football team. They are set to reveal their new name today. It's been, what, about 2 years, 3 years since they gave up the Redskins name?
Yeah, and they may have made a mistake yesterday. I guess at the FedEx Field where they play, they had the team shop and a helicopter was flying over it and caught some of the signage that was on the team shop in the evening, right before they were getting ready to turn the lights out. And the name may have been revealed last night. And from what it looks like, it is probably at some point today, we are going to have the Washington Commanders. Appears to be the
Commanders.
Yes, appears to be the new name of the team in Washington. So we'll see if that is actually what we get this afternoon or whatever time Washington is supposed to make the official announcement.
So from the Washington Redskins to 2 years as the Washington football team, and now soon probably looks like it's going to be the Washington Commanders. I don't know if there's some background on that name, Commanders, or not, but I think it's a good name, don't you? I mean, it's a good, solid, strong name, the Commanders. You know, it's not like the Washington Winklewonks or something. I mean, the Commanders, that's got a good, strong sound to it, right?
Yeah, and I think the other one that would have been good, I think, was the Admirals. I think was another good one. So, yeah, I mean,
we saw or heard somewhere a month or so ago that they were considering the Admirals, right?
Yeah, I think that was the that's what it had looked like at that time, but all signs are pointing to Commanders.
Well, we'll find out probably before too much longer. Sometime today, the Washington football team will likely have a new name. And then they can take the paper off the gift shop and you can look inside and see what the T-shirts have to say, I guess. All right, 7:33, 27 to the hour. Bill DeFabio may have more on all of this coming up. Aaron Myler and I are going to try and get a little better fix on this weekend weather. It's another example of how just every day, I noticed that Aaron and Zach have been carefully crafting their message and watching exactly what's likely to happen this weekend. Big storm coming up for much of the region. Lots of snow, lots of ice, but how much is snow and how much is ice for us here? We'll talk about it with Aaron in just a bit. Right now, let's get some Ohio Valley headlines in as we go to the news desk of the Big Seven.
Now it's time for your local news headlines from
West Virginia. The bill would repeal the women's That was a look at your headlines. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.
At home, in overtime, the Penguins lost a tough one at Alexander Piston and the Washington Capitals by the score of 4-3. A good note on the game, Brian Russ scored 2 goals for Pittsburgh. Lots of NFL news this morning. Tom Brady made it official. He is retired at the age of 44. Now, if you have a few $1 billion in the bank, you can purchase your very own NFL team. You see, the Denver Broncos are for sale, and the current value of the team is $4 billion. That's $4 billion with a B dollars. While Tom Brady is leaving the National Football League, Jim Harbaugh may re-enter the league. Harbaugh will meet with the Minnesota Vikings today as the team is looking for a new head coach. The biggest pro football news this morning, Brian Flores, recently fired by the Miami Dolphins, is suing the National Football League, the New York Giants, the Miami Dolphins, and the Denver Broncos for racial discrimination. None of the NFL owners are black. 70% of the players are black, and there's only one black head coach in the NFL, and he resides in Pittsburgh, and he's very successful. His name, Mike Tomlin. My name, Bill DeFabio, and I work for the Watchdog.
Who are the toughest?
to stay in Wheeling on the Tough Man weekend, the Wheeling, Ohio County CVB is offering special hotel rates for Tough Man fighters, ring girls, and fans. For details, go to WVToughman.com. That's WVToughman.com.
Dutch Boy Platinum Plus. It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that will transform your den with just one coat of salted lavender into a writer's sanctuary. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where you'll meet this guy
Hey,
who starred in that thing.
now that's a twist I didn't see coming.
So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically paint. Dutch Boy. Only at Menards.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. Beware of telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you. Callers threatening you with arrest or other legal action and demanding money are not from us. If you receive a call like this, hang up, do not provide them with any form of payment or information. Report the call at oig.ssa.gov.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
I'm not buying till I checked on Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there is one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. Being in business for over 50 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com.
I'm not buying till I check on Ford.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
West Virginia Outdoors is the Mountain State's only hook and bullet radio show, dedicated to the more than 250,000 hunters and anglers across the state. Award-winning host Chris Lawrence has been tracking down hunting and fishing stories for more than 25 years.
Went in behind a little birch tree and head. I reached down and got the bow position and found its horns and dropped down and shot it in the neck.
Whether it's hunting and fishing news,
It tracks roll super well, but not with a 60-pound carp tied to the side.
or just compelling stories about the enjoyment of the great outdoors.
How close did you let him get in before you let fly on him?
He was about 18 yards, Chris. He got turned in the right angle there, and I touched off the trigger. And when I hit him, he ran kind of up the hill, which scared me at first.
West Virginia Outdoors covers it all. Saturday mornings at 7:06 a.m. And for your daily fix, Outdoors Today brings you 2.5 minutes of news and notes from the woods and water every weekday morning. No one covers the great outdoors like Chris Lawrence. And Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
We're on air, online, on video, and on demand. Find us where you like us. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Yeah, we're talking about the likelihood that we'll have a new name for the Washington football team today, probably the Washington Commanders. A couple of texts off the text line at 304-214-1600. 304-214-1600. You too can use it. One of our texters simply says, oh, I like this. This would have been good. One of them said, I wish it would have been the Washington Monuments. That would have been cool, huh? The Washington Monuments? I like that. Another one says Washington Commanders. They haven't earned that rank. Washington privates is more like it. Okay, so I guess we have some people. All right, they're starting off grumpy this morning, apparently, Biff. Jeez. They haven't earned the commander rank yet. Okay. Grumpy. And here comes. Now, this is one of the Mr. Monroe notes that I often get, so it usually is critical of me one way or to other, usually on the issue of politics. This one says, oh, sure. I want to download the WTRF TV7 weather app. Just another source of wrong information. Breaking news, WTRF is reporting Tom Brady is officially retired. Is that true? Or just more fake news? Okay, again, another grumpy one this morning. Well, first of all, we too just reported Tom Brady has retired. Channel 7 had it at least 22 hours ago because Bob Westfall gave us the info at the tail end of our show yesterday. And it wasn't fake news. By that time, it was real news. And everybody across the country over the weekend and into the early part of this week was going, did he or didn't he? We can't tell. So there you go. And Aaron Myler, you get all this kind of stuff all the time. Oh, sure, I'll download the weather app. Another source of bad weather information. So,
well, once you can do it better than me, then we can talk.
That's exactly right. Would you like to try?
That's the rule.
Yeah, would you like to try? Let's take 3 weeks, and you do your 7 days, and I'll do my 7 days. I'm speaking for you, not for me. And we'll compare who did better, huh? Right? We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, so once everybody, that's why I'm always like, I can't be bothered with people that tell me I'm going to be wrong. Because, like, I mean, number one, I am going to be wrong sometimes. It's just the weather. But number two, it's just like, okay, well, you do better then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you, by all means, you come in here and you do a better job than I do. Excuse me. So we'll see. I've been trying to find out, usually it's about this time we know if the groundhog saw his shadow. Has he seen his shadow, do you know?
Whatever 6 more weeks of winter is, I think that means he did see a shadow, correct?
6 more weeks of winter means he did see his shadow, yes, right.
So, yes, he did that. And the one in New Jersey died yesterday.
I did see that. What was it? Meltdown I forget what the name of the groundhog's name was.
Something like that.
Strange name, but yeah, he didn't make it a groundhog. That's kind of bad.
He said, I'm good.
Kind of tired of this coming out of the hole once a year, looking at my shadow, going back in. I think it's about time for me to head off to the big groundhog fest in the sky or whatever. So anyway, groundhog said 6 more weeks of winter. Is that what you're telling me?
Yep. And, I mean, I could have told you that. I mean, we've known that. I wish it was just that. What if it just he didn't see a shadow and it meant there was not 6 more weeks of winter and this whole winter storm just vanished?
It'd go away.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, the storm is coming. It's getting ready. It's huffing. It's puffing. It's building up steam. Getting ready for the weekend. And then the groundhog comes out and doesn't see the shadow, and there's no more 6 weeks of winter, and the big storm goes, oh, I guess I better go back home now.
If only it worked that way.
If only it did. Well, let's talk about the real weather because, again, we know we've got something coming this weekend, and we've been talking about it the last several days. Any better sense of how this winter storm watch is going to affect us? We're still looking at more ice than snow, right?
Yeah, so we've continued pretty much on the path we were on yesterday. We're going to have rain starting later today. That's going to be the first kind of thing we get from the system. So luckily it's just rain in the beginning. The bad part about the rain is going to be that they can't really pre-treat the roads or put like anything down in advance because it'll just wash away because of the rain. So that's one of the issues. And it'll also start to cause some flooding when we get there because just all the snow is melting. We touched the snow yesterday. It's like barely frozen. It's really great for snowballs. But it's like barely holding on to staying as snow right now. So we're going to continue to see that melting. Probably some local flooding. The river will eventually start to rise. Tomorrow morning, we'll continue with the rain. We'll probably sometime in the morning or the afternoon, we'll start to have the freezing rain possibly move into the forecast. But since the ground will be pretty warm, it won't really freeze on stuff. That's where you could probably start to see it freezing on like trees and whatnot some, but not really on the ground. It won't affect us right away. It's going to be around 6 o'clock tomorrow where it starts to really mess up your forecast a little bit more, where it'll start falling, hitting the ground, freezing, just causing some issues. Like I said, that we could still see some sleet instead of some freezing rain, because those two really are just, it just depends how much warm air there is. So they're really finicky. But hopefully we see more in the way of sleet or snow, because honestly, that'd be better than all the ice we're supposed to be getting. But so yeah, Thursday night into Friday, we'll continue with the mix. Then we'll start to have more snow mixing in Friday. Overall, for the snow and ice, we're looking up to 1/4 of an inch of ice, which doesn't sound like much.
Yeah,
but that's enough to start like causing power issues where you can't drive. And it's like, you might be able to drive on the snow, but you cannot drive on the ice. Like, I don't care how big your truck is, you can't drive on ice. Like, it's just, unless you have like a snowplow with chains or something. So, and you know what? The Postal Service will still be out there doing their thing. They always are.
Bless their hearts. And what is that? Neither rain nor snow nor sleet nor dark of night will keep your postmaster from his appointed browns. So
they always do. I'm always shocked. And then we'll wrap up
It's their
by noon
job.
on Friday. We're looking at 1 to 3 inches overall. People are going to, more of the snowfall are going to be people that are off to the northwest of our region, like towards New Philadelphia and whatnot. Here in our region, we're kind of smack dab in the middle, so we'll probably get like 1 inch or 2 of snow, and then we'll also get the ice underneath that. The big thing Friday morning is just going to be to don't leave or take it easy on the roads, because even if there's just like a little bit of snow on there, it looks like there's probably going to be ice underneath that, which is then going to cause the problems with driving. So I never stay at a hotel. Whenever we have severe weather coming through, we always have a hotel for people that don't want to drive, because we have all of us close to the station. So the show, because we don't have a choice. You have to be here. I never want a hotel room because I live so close to the station. Thursday, I was like, I might be taking the hotel room.
Well, ice is dangerous. I mean, again, your point is really well taken. We're going to see some snow, maybe 1 inch or a couple of inches, I guess, and we'll still wait to see how that plays out. But that ice, again, 1/4 of an inch of ice could be a real problem if that's what we get, and that's what we're predicting is possible. So the ice is really the difficult thing. I guess the good news is it's going to be a nice day today, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it won't be as nice as yesterday, unfortunately. It'll still be warm.
What was our high yesterday? Do you know how high did we get yesterday? Because I saw some of the outdoor thermometers are saying 50 plus. I don't know if we hit that or not officially, but
we did beat what I was saying. We got up to 52. So
really, okay.
Yeah, I was with Stephanie, and I was like, "Oh, I'm wrong by a few degrees, but I'm okay with that because it's nice out."
Yeah, it really was actually very pleasant. I mean, for this time of year, sun was out.
We went walking around Ogilvy.
Yeah, sun was out. Temperatures in the I think it was 50 when I left the house in the middle of the afternoon, so really good. Today, maybe not quite that warm, but still pretty nice, right?
Yeah, it's probably not getting quite as warm when we get throughout the rest of your day. And unfortunately, it won't be quite as sunny either for the day, because it's just not going to be quite as sunny for the day. We might see some sun peeking through here in the morning a little bit, but for the most part, we're going to stick with just mostly cloudy conditions for your day ahead before the rain arrives later this evening. So.
All right. So again, the timing of the bad stuff. It'll be this evening. We begin to see a little bit of rain turn into freezing rain or sleet in the morning. Snow maybe mixing in by tomorrow evening, and then Friday just a bunch of crapola, I guess, basically in the morning.
Yeah, so luckily it probably won't start sticking, this freezing rain in the morning, tomorrow morning, just because it'll be, the ground will be warm enough where it won't start. But you could probably start to see it on, you might see it a little bit on your car in the afternoon, or on tree branches that are really thin, so they'll cool off quickly. This is where I guess the warmth is helping us, that yesterday and today it's warming up the ground enough, so it's going to let the initial bit of freezing rain not freeze because freezing rain is just super cold water that when it hits the surface just instantaneously freezes. It's not going to be able to freeze right away because it's going to be warm enough where it just won't be able to. So luckily that'll help lower that a little bit, but either way, still not great.
All right, Aaron, I got you. You'll keep an eye on things. Zach will keep an eye on things. It'll be reported on Channel 7. It'll be on the Storm Tracker 7 app. and we'll let people know here, and we will talk to you again tomorrow as we get closer to the winter. There's a name. It has a name, right? Didn't I see where it has a name?
Landon.
Landon. Winter Storm Landon is coming. All right.
I don't know how I feel about the names, but I used it today, and our digital person told me we're getting a lot of traction on it with the name. So maybe it's easier to understand if there's a name. I don't know.
I think it does help identify it, So Winter Storm Landon is coming. Yeah. Good morning, Landon. Good to see you, sir. I don't know.
He's going to say, gotcha.
That's exactly. Aaron, good talking to you. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thanks a lot, my friend.
Talk to you then. Have a good one, you guys.
Aaron Myler, Big 7, WTRF TV. Yes, Biffy, it is Winter Storm Landon that we'll be contending with this weekend. It's the ice that I worry more about. We'll have some snow, and it will be a cumulative snow, no question about it, but probably not like the sad thing is, over the last couple of days, Biff, the big piles of snow outside the house have finally melted. I could actually get both cars out if I needed to, and then we'll have more snow and even worse ice coming. And the snow, Biffy, I think you've said it before, the snow is usually kind of easy to get off your car. You can sweep it, just brush it off, or maybe a little bit of scraping. But once we get ice out there, that becomes, prepping your car in the morning is a lot harder. It takes a lot longer time, I think, anyways.
Yeah, when your car looks like a glazed donut, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. When you look like a little capsule of ice going down the road, that's a problem. 6 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. I do want to mention this. I have a note from one of our listeners. I-70 westbound on ramp 5 pickup truck has flipped over. The entire interstate is closed. All right, that's from one of our listeners off the text line. 70 westbound on ramp 5 pickup truck is flipped over and the entire interstate is closed. So you're going to need to be aware of that I-70 westbound issue this morning. We'll see if we can get some more detail and pass it along to you, or a better sense of what happened and or what kind of traffic situation you are getting into. Biffy, you can look that up.
Is that
maybe? Let me look.
Ramp 5? What is that? Elm Grove?
Well, I would think so. The trouble when anybody, and I'm not criticizing our listener, the trouble when you post information is, is it Elm Grove or is it Exit 5 in Ohio? I don't know where that is. So
I'm thinking on Ramp 5, I'm thinking of where you turn by the light, where we say we always avoid, because if you're coming down
by Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
or
that
the Marathon Station. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that ramp where you come on is that's what I'm thinking. The one that
I tend to think you're right.
But yeah, like you said, is it exit, or I don't know, but we'll see.
The I-70 Twitter account says congestion and delay, I-70 westbound, mile marker 5.8, doesn't say other than westbound. Use caution when traveling the area. Yeah, I think you're right, Biffy. I think that's the that on-ramp that I have not used for a couple of years now.
Yeah,
it's a mess.
Yeah, the one above the Pizza Hut.
Exactly. We'll get more info, pass it along to you coming up. Do I need to do a break?
We are good until 8.
All right. Coming up in the next hour of the show, my friend Tom Sussman is going to join us. Tom from WMOV Radio, also a lobbyist down in Charleston, former legislator, I should mention that as well. But Tom is going to join us today. WMOV does polling throughout the year, and they have a new poll that they put out yesterday. It has to do with Senator Manchin, Build Back Better, how people of West Virginia feel about it, and so on. We'll talk to Tom about the results of his poll. They verify other polls that I've seen over the last couple of weeks. The other polls have been done by people that have more of a vested interest in being opposed to Build Back Better. Folks like the Manufacturers Association, they don't like Build Back Better. They did a poll. Their poll said West Virginians don't like it. The WMOV Triton poll is a little more objective. So Tom is in to talk to us about that. And then, Biffy, coming up in the tail end of the show, the Puppet Master is here. We haven't talked to him for a while. He filed to run for re-election, essentially re-election to his House seat. Again, the House seats all have been changed because of the redistricting, but he's running for re-election to the State House. I had thought he might take a stab at the State Senate. I think even on this show at one point, he had said he might be interested in the State Senate race. So what sent him back to the House? What made him decide to take that route? I'll ask him about that. And boy, he's been... I have to ask him about Baby Dog's butt. I got to ask him about that because I'm sure the puppet master has some things to say about Governor Justice and Baby Dog's butt. So we'll get into that. And we can't play it on the radio. I want to be clear about that. But the puppet master posted a voicemail that he got from a complaining constituent this week. If you go to the Sean Fluharty's Twitter account and look up his voicemail from Karen, that's an air quote from a Karen, it really is pretty funny. I mean, it's really pretty funny. I can't play it on the radio for reasons that would be obvious if you listen to it, but I'll ask him about the call from Karen too. So that's coming up next hour. Tom Sussman, Build Back Better, Mansion, also the McKinley Mooney race and the fundraising for that, and we'll talk with Sean Fluharty. All coming up next hour. Watchdog Morning Show, where it's 8 o'clock and we're at about 40 degrees at the airport.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.